Welcome to your friend's family farm over here at Blossom Barn Cidery. We thought that the theme of this video today would be the true story behind living on a farm and running a farm-based business.
Beautiful time of year. Everything's lush and green and beautiful, and there's a lot of birds that are here. The Orioles are coming back.
Oh, have you seen one?
I've seen one,
I
yeah.
haven't
The
seen one.
swallowtails are here.
The Baltimore. No, oh my gosh, I'm so silly.
The Bullards.
The Bullard Orioles are the ones that come through just seasonally. So.
And they make very cool sock nests out of wool and baling twine in the oak trees. But yeah, it's just really lush and beautiful, but it also means that things are growing like crazy right now. So the grass is growing, the weeds are growing, the trees are growing, and it means there's just a lot to keep up on. So a lot of mowing, a lot of fence line maintenance. We have literally miles of fence lines, and if you don't keep up on the fence lines, they make a great conduit for fire and establishment of weeds, like especially blackberries around here, because the birds eat the blackberries and then sit on the lines. And
it's like the perfect environment for blackberries, which may sound like this is one of those things that sounds wonderful. How amazing that we have blackberries that just come springing up across the property, and then we get to pick.
It's really thorny bushes that are also extremely fire prone. So like in the 2020 fire that burned, 4,000 homes here in Southern Oregon, that fire was carried by blackberries in, semi-wild areas that weren't able to be maintained.
In a creek area.
Our animals don't eat them, but we do benefit from making blackberry cider in the summer when they're in season. So that's good too.
Yeah, but so you talked about some of the how it's gorgeous.
The potentilla.
The potentilla just is popping this week, and the irises just came out. And what's that little snowball plant?
Viburnum.
The viburnum is popping. So a lot of things are just coming out, which is gorgeous. But it means, like Jeremy said, lots of
vegetative management, mostly mowing and weeding.
Yeah.
So the grass literally grows like an inch a day. And so
we have asparagus. That reminds me of asparagus.
Yeah,
it's asparagus season, and Jeremy's dad planted an asparagus bed.
I'm gonna cut them back once a year. All the feathery flowering tops, cut them back and just lay them over the bed to help control weeds in the winter.
But we can eat asparagus every day for a month. We're pickling some right now, so people could try it here in the cider house for like a little snack plate. Yeah. But then on the other side of our farm-based business and living on a farm is the cidery and running the tasting room. So I was in the cider house yesterday from 12 to 5 serving cider. We had a great time. Lots of awesome people came out, so that was super
bunch
fun.
Of neighbors. I was jealous.
Well, a few neighbors, mostly
strangers.
Yeah, mostly straight. It was great. So that was really fun. But then Jeremy was gone all day, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at markets, and
mostly just a vendor market. So a lot of our friends from the farmers market that do everything from pottery to vegan cheesecakes and hot sauce were there selling as well. But
super great.
Yeah,
it's a fun community event, but it means
a lot of setup.
Yeah.
A lot of tear down, a lot of prep.
Long days,
putting gift boxes together.
And no mowing and weeding for you.
Right. So I'm feeling like, wow, oh my God, next week I got a lot to do. So I spent most of the morning, kind of taking down stuff from the event. So dealing with empty cider tasting cans and putting this full cans away and organizing them. And it's also just a lot of relentless energy, when you have a forward-facing retail end of your business in which part of what you're selling is your story and yourselves, as this is the cider that we make on this beautiful piece of ground, and we're the ones that make it.
Right.
You have to interact with a lot of people and make that pitch over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, and some people are amazing and they love to hear it. Like yesterday, we had this really beautiful family that came in. They were so appreciative of being able to support a farm-based, family-owned business. I think those moments are really motivating for us because
and regenerative for us.
Yeah,
Not only do we use regenerative practices to build the soil and the health of the ground, we also try and do these regenerative things to can motivate ourselves to keep going.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of it that way, but it's true. And it is so freaking gorgeous here right now. Emma and Bud are back there, but they've got their butts to us.
So ignoring us. You guys aren't going to come over here and scratch us or turn the other way.
Yeah, anyway.
But
So
we get those rewarding experiences.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a lot of people that come to this event. You know, this isn't a cider event, so people don't know anything about cider. Some people do, but a lot of people don't. So I'd be like, what does hard cider even taste like? What is this?
Yeah.
Does it taste like beer?
Yeah. Is it beer cider?
Yeah. Cider beer?
Cider beer, sorry.
And
is there a thing such as cider beer?
no, there's no such thing.
There's no
cider
such
beer.
thing, yeah.
But you know, people drink cider like they drink beer, so they call it cider beer.
I
But yeah, I mean, like you get those interactions where people are like, oh my God, this is amazing. Or, oh, you make this out of our local pears, because we have lots of beautiful orchards that have been here for, you know, in some cases, some of these orchards have been in those locations for well over 100 years.
Yeah.
And people have all kinds of stories about riding horses or going in and picking wild asparagus or setting smudge pots in the morning before going to high school to keep the blossoms from freezing.
What are smudge pots? Because people don't really know.
Right. It's like a very smoky burner, usually burning like terrible things like diesel and kerosene. I'm so glad that they don't use them anymore. And it essentially like fill the valley with smoke. Ooh. But that smoke would prevent the blossoms, the baby blossoms and the baby fruit from freezing during cold weather.
Got it. Yeah.
So,
you know, we have our quiet moments here on the property too. And Jeremy, you know, we walk the dogs a couple times every day. And because our two dogs, we'll get them on here eventually, but our two dogs are rescue dogs, and one, Lindo, is a pit bull boxer mix, and he has fear, aggression, and a very high prey instinct. And so he cannot be around the sheep. And so we have to have him on leash, and we have one Pear orchard that's all fenced in. And how big is that orchard? Like a half acre?
Yeah, maybe it's slightly bigger.
Slightly bigger. So we take the dogs there, and they can run off leash there and see the sheep, but then like they can't chase after the sheep. So we have to kind of manage that. But when we're out there, like Jeremy and I check in every day about what nature we saw, what wildlife we saw, or, oh yeah, you saw that singleton deer up there? Yeah, I saw her by herself today too. Or we've had a lot of turkey activity. It's like turkey mating season is just wrapping up. And so...
Lots of sexy toms.
I think that was some turkeys in the background,
actually. They heard us talking about
You
them.
probably couldn't hear, but that's the beautiful aspect of this, is getting to know our wildlife neighbors. Although right now there are a lot of mowing. Ticks for sure.
Right.
But like the sounds, like as far as the peaceful sounds, obviously we have the birds and everything, but then there's also the mowers and the blowers and people riding their mowers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, lots of tractor work right now. Constant hum of tractors. Well, it's it's literally morning till night, because I put the animals, feed the animals and put them out at dawn, and then feed the animals and put them in at dusk. And so, and the days are long now, so it's relentless in that way. But you get a nuzzle from the donkeys, and the chickens are always happy to see you, and because you get to see the sunrises and sunsets, which are stunning. And you see the rewarding nature of your work too. Not only the animals using it, but the baby pears are starting to develop now. So all that hard work of many weeks of preparing the orchard for this weather is paying off, and no fire blight strikes yet that I've seen. So.
Yeah, that's great. So fingers crossed. Yeah. But if you are interested in fire blight, do check out our video that Jeremy made. Right. A little plug about spring tree care. So if you are an orchardist, or even if you just have a couple of fruit trees in your backyard, you can take a look at that. And then,
or thinking about it, a lot of people think that fruit trees are super easy, and they do take a little bit of work. In the winter and the spring, they take work. You have to be on it, or you can lose your trees or have a terrible crop. So. Yeah,
definitely. So, well, great. Well, let us know, in the comments what questions you have about the farm, or about what life in Southern Oregon is like. Okay, well, thank you so much for all the follows this week. The new people joining our channel, it's really exciting. And yeah, yeah, we're just thrilled to be here, part of this growing YouTube community. Well, thanks everyone.
Cheers.